Hello there and welcome to News Desk. My name is Kamini Nyamani. I'm coming up with this one-man demonstration this morning at the Energy Ministry after the NPP, the biggest opposition party, organized a well-attended demonstration in Accra. One man has decided that he will also go onto the streets to the Energy Ministry to demand the same thing, a lasting solution to the energy crisis here in Ghana. Or somewhere in Takwa, 5 persons, in Jomoro rather, 5 persons have been poisoned to death by the man you see in your shot at the moment. And these 5 persons include 4 children. I'll tell you more about that in a bit. And yes, police is on the lookout for the head of a gang that deceives and lures people, take their money on tonaton.com, online transaction site. Be a part of the program. You can share your experiences with me, especially with the tonaton.com issue on our social media platforms. Join us on TV, on Facebook, and on Twitter. I am on Facebook as well, Kamini Nyamani, and I tweet at Kamini. I'll be absolutely thrilled if you get in touch. Don't go away. I'll be right back with our first issue of the day. Right now, the chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Paula Fuko, is asking the John Mahama-led administration to solve the litany of problems that plague the country and stop the politics of equalization. He says the current power crisis is as a result of mismanagement by the National Democratic Congress, and finding a solution to this crisis is solely the mandate of the governing party and not the opposition. He was speaking exclusively to Joy News after the Wongbo demonstration Wednesday.
The message is simple. Get on with the job of managing the economy. We've given you a mandate to manage the economy and you are mismanaging it. Get on with it and stop propaganda and stop point scoring and stop what was the word they used the other time? Equalization. I think that is what that's my impression. That's what I think Ghanaians were saying today. The power crisis basically is a making of poor management. You see, we could turn around and start blaming the technocrats and bureaucrats, but that will not work. I'll give you one example. There is a power plant supposedly fired by Alstom turbines. Those turbines were bought under the NPP regime and shipped to Ghana in 2008. This is a matter of record. I've got documents to show you if you want to see them. Turbines which would have put in a quarter of the output of Akosombo into our national grid, 230 megawatts. And if you made it combined cycle, you will add another 50% of 230. And combined cycle just means simply using the exhaust, the steam coming out of those turbines, reconnect it and give it more power. It was stopped by the NDC in 2009. Advertisements were put in newspapers all over the country. Oh, they want to do a value for money test. Consultants should come in and check it out. We were going to be putting 230 megawatts into the national grid in 2010.
He also says the party cannot be held responsible for placards of demonstrators that were said to have insulted the president.
Those were not official placards. The official placards that were printed. I can quote one for you now. It said, "No water, no light, no leadership."
But at that point in time, you couldn't differentiate between what was an official placard and which one was
the printed ones were official. The handwritten ones were unofficial. We didn't know, we didn't sanction those, we didn't distribute those. This is how people felt. It doesn't therefore mean that this is how we feel as a party. Mahama is a thief. How?
Okay.
Prove it.
Now, as if this demonstration Wednesday is not enough, one man has decided to go to the Energy Ministry and picket there to demand the same as the NPP did. We'll get you more on that in a bit. Meanwhile, let's look at some other stories. Following an assault by a policeman and multimedia crew at the Senchi Ferry site in the Eastern region last weekend, the Multimedia Group Limited, employers of the assaulted journalist company, employers of the assaulted journalists, the company has lodged an official complaint at the Koforidua Regional Police Headquarters. Kwamna Chenchahene Boateng was with the team and has joined us with some update of what transpired over the telephone. Hello, Kwamna.
Hello, Kevin.
What happened at the police headquarters, the Regional Police Headquarters?
Well, indeed, upon a request, an invitation by the Eastern Regional Police Command to the Multimedia Group to have the persons involved in the assault case actually file an official complaint at the headquarters. The Multimedia Group actually heeded to this invitation, and on Wednesday, the crew, together with a few others, went to the place, the Eastern Regional Police Command, and upon arrival, we met with actually the Deputy Regional Police Commander in the person of ACP James Sebastian, who welcomed the group, and had a lengthy chat with them, and afterwards, he actually handed us over to the crimes office, the crime unit, and the crime officers on duty actually took statements from each individual who was present at the site when the assault occurred. And prior to this, on Tuesday as well, office from the Police Intelligence and Professional Standards, that is PIPS, also came over to the Multimedia Group, and in the midst of our lawyers and some superiors of ours, they actually had an interrogation. They interrogated the issues and spoke to all persons involved in the act, as well as took some written statements from the people as well. As you're well aware, the investigations, we are told, are being carried out at several other levels, not just at the Regional Police Command level. They're being carried out at several other levels. So we are just hoping that after all these, something worthwhile will be achieved in the long run. And again, I must say that ACP Abbas Abba, who happens to be the Deputy Regional Police Commander of the Eastern Region, has actually promised that we are to hear something latest by close of week, or say early next week. We are supposed to hear the outcome of the investigation so far.
What is the next line of action here?
Well, our lawyers are involved in this, and authorities at Multimedia Group are very much aware of this, and very much determined to go the long haul with this particular case. So, well, I've received hints that the company is likely to pursue a civil suit while the criminal case is being handled by the police, or whatever the case may be. The authorities will be following up and take the necessary action.
Hello, Kwamna.
Yes, Kevin.
Well, thank you very much for your time here. Kwamna Chenchahene Boateng joined us after the crew visited or honored an invitation by the Eastern Regional Police Command to file their complaints officially after the assault on them on the Senchi Ferry. Now, let's go back briefly to the one-man demonstration. So I was telling you that as if the NPP demonstration Wednesday, which attracted thousands of supporters to demand an end to the power crisis, is not enough. This morning, the Ministry of Energy is to receive an unusual visitor, Nana Kwesi Area, one man who has decided to picket at the ministry because of the power crisis. Emmanuel Ante is our man there for us, and he's showing me with some detail on this. Hello, Emmanuel. Hello, Emmanuel.
Hello. Yeah, hello, Kamini.
What can you report from the Energy Ministry?
Well, I can tell you that the place is in a very calm situation at the moment. There's nothing absolutely going on here. I called Nana Kwesi Ewua, who told him to ask him about where he is and what he's doing at that moment. And at this moment, he says that he has called off the picketing, the thing that he wanted to do. He has really called it off. And so I just asked him where he is so that I'll move straight to him and then get the reasons why he called it off. He said he's in the court at the moment. So I am running straight to the court to get a response from him to tell us why he has called the demonstration off.
I see. But was the ministry aware of his intended visits?
Nobody seems to know whether he is coming there or not. I went into the ministry to speak to the authority. I even thought I would see the minister or the deputy there, but I'm told they are not in at that moment. And then those at the administration block told me that they have not received any notification from anyone whatsoever.
I see. We'll leave it here for now and take a look at it closely in subsequent broadcasts. But here's what we're doing here. We're trying to get into contact with Nana Kwesi Ewua and find out from him why he chickened out of his one-man demonstration at the Energy Ministry. Now, there's more to come here. Including the biggest supermarket in Takwa, Ransbet, which has been gutted by fire. We'll get you more on that. And we'll also talk about the man who decided to poison his ex-girlfriend, and in the process, 4 children became collateral damage in that act. We'll speak to our correspondent on this matter. All of that when I return. Don't go away.